Hi, everybody. Today I wanted to talk about the 80-20 rule for clean eating. So you've probably heard about the 80-20 rule before, and there's actually kind of two ways to view this rule. So I'm going to talk about both. The first thing I want to talk about is the 80-20 rule as it applies strictly to nutrition. This is kind of the rule that I like to use, or I have been using in the last little while to get me some results. So I know that for myself, if I'm too strict on the nutrition, that I will inevitably stop, binge. I will, once I get off track, I'll get feeling emotional about it. It will not be really great for my mindset. So, what I employed about a year ago was the 80-20 rule. And basically, what that means is I'm going to eat clean 80% of the time, and I'm going to allow myself that 20% where I can eat something that maybe isn't the best for my diet. So I started to employ this mostly in terms of those 20% of times come up kind of unexpectedly. So for example, I'm really good with my meals through the week. I have my breakfast. I always have Shakeology for breakfast. I always have some protein oatmeal for my snack. I always have a salad at lunch. I always have either an apple with some peanut butter or zucchini and hummus after for my afternoon snack. And then dinner, it kind of depends on what's going on with the family. But yes, we usually have a pretty clean dinner. Where I used to fall apart a little bit was that I would have some kind of not so good for you snacks after my dinner, and that usually was because I hadn't fueled my body earlier in the day. So I've remedied that as well. So now, where the challenge comes in for me is if we have a busy weekend and things are going on, and I know I'm going to be out for something to eat, or I'm having friends over, we're going to have some beverages and some snacks as well. That's kind of where the 20% comes into play. So what I've noticed for me works really well is I don't really schedule my 20% of non-clean eating. Because what ends up happening is I schedule something, so I'd like schedule a cheat meal or a cheat day, which I've heard a lot of trainers like to schedule those days. I get it. It doesn't really work for me. They schedule those, and then what happens if something comes up in the middle of the week? Are you just going to say no to your friends? I can't come out. I'm not going to be social. I'm not going to have that drink. Or maybe you're really good and you go and you sit there and you just have a club soda or whatever that is. But for me, those instances come up quite a bit in my life because I'm very social. And so I like to have the leeway to kind of give myself a break in those instances and actually have something that may not be directly in line with my diet. So that's kind of how I treat the 80-20% rule. So again, pretty much all my meals are structured, right? I'm very clean through the week. On the weekends, I still try and be clean if I'm at home and I'm able to. And then maybe something will be a little bit out of the ordinary, social events, this kind of thing. And that's where I spend those 20% cheat meals. So it's just something to think about, right? It depends on your strategy and what you'd like to do. But if you do adhere to 80% clean eating, you will see results, right? You will see results, especially if you've been eating junk for a long time. You're definitely going to see results at that 80-20% strategy. So just something to think about. The other 80-20% rule applies to nutrition being 80% of your results and exercise basically making up the other 20%. This one hurts me because I actually find exercise a lot easier than eating clean. Exercise for me, I love doing it. I've always been active. It's not a struggle. I mean, I switched my exercise to being in the morning, which is a bit of a struggle because I got to get up earlier. But aside from that, I do not mind doing exercise. I like the way it makes me feel. So that for me hurts because I'd rather have exercise as the 80% and food as the 20%, but that's just not how it is. Our bodies will not respond to our exercise if we're not fueling them appropriately and giving ourselves 80% clean nutrition. So we really have to focus on that nutrition, unfortunately. Or fortunately, for those of you that would prefer to do that than exercise, it really depends on how you operate, right? So for me, I always have to remember that. I'll do a crazy hard workout, and then, I have to remember I need to fuel my body, I need to give it clean foods, and I need to treat it properly, or I'm still not going to see those results. So that's something that you really need to think about. How are you going to fuel your body? And the other thing is, if you haven't implemented an exercise program, it's actually a really great thing to do for yourself for obvious reasons. You've all seen the studies. And you don't need as much time as you think. I do 30 minutes in the morning. I use Beachbody On Demand videos at my house. They're resistance-based, there's Pilates, there's yoga, there's cardio, there's everything in there. 30 minutes a day, right? And it makes me feel great and sets my day off on the right foot. So that's something to consider as well. If you haven't been doing any kind of regular exercise, you don't need to put hours in at the gym to be successful and to see some additional results. So anyways, if you have any comments on the 80/20 rule, please post them below. Ask me any questions you might have. And I hope that everything's going well so far. Please feel free to participate and comment as much as you would like. That's what this group is about, learning and sharing and hopefully cleaning up our eating a little bit to see some results. Have a great day.